we're going to review Wakanda Forever. I don't know if we'll have spoilers, but
spoiler light at the worst.
Yeah, spoiler light, because I do plan on seeing it. It's on. I am not taking the Andre approach of I saw the trailer and I think it's garbage based on the trailer.
But I was right.
Or the Joe approach. I saw a picture of a character and now I hate the entire show.
Which show is that?
You know which show.
Titans.
We're not talking about it anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I did buy the entire
Titans.
box set. I'm going to watch it. Okay.
Yeah, you need
Shit, it's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, so yeah, I'll let you guys kick it off. I just so that I could get in the right mindset, I did watch 2 of the official trailers today, like the final official trailer and one of the original ones. So based on that, I feel fully prepared to critique.
Since you haven't
this
actually
film.
seen it, I would love to know who do you think is the Black Panther now?
Shuri, his sister, is my guess.
And that's one of my issues. It was too easy. They
really
they
obvious.
should not have done that at all. They should have made that a surprise.
All right, Joe, you go first.
For one, now names escape me, but the general of the warrior protectors.
Okoye?
Yes, honestly, I think she had more character growth that would have made her being the Black Panther more palatable. Especially after a certain scene happens and it changes her entire stance in Wakanda. You know what I mean by that? I'm trying to keep it spoiler low.
Yeah.
So my thing was like,
not to interrupt, but just to clarify, don't you have to be from one of like the head family of one of the tribes in Wakanda in order to
apparently not
revive her? No, okay.
No, they kind of that was one of those things you thought was a thing because there wasn't much material disproving that notion, but now there just seems to be that's not necessarily a prerequisite.
Just anybody can show up and be like, I want to challenge for Black Panther.
No, you fight for you challenge for the throne. You don't
challenge for the throne.
Yeah.
We don't challenge for Black Panther, but for generations it was just hand in hand that the king was the Black Panther. But then they introduced Namor and this other crew, and it kind of depowers the mysticism behind the Black Panther, but at the same time gives it so much more room to breathe. Like they're not restricted to just the lineage of the royal family.
Okay. So
which then comes back full circle. I'm sorry.
Let's not get stuck on that one topic. Like just the general feel of the movie. How do you feel about it?
It's definitely an A-. I think having sat down and watched a lot of their recent television shows, I needed to see an actual blockbuster to remind me what is about Marvel that keeps me coming back to the theater seats. And I think given how probably difficult it is to make a movie post your main actor passing away, I think they managed that fairly well. Just a couple of hiccups, but they did very well for what it was. Action scenes were phenomenal. Namor is probably one of them. People put him in the trailer as like a villain, but he's so far from that. He's more in line with his comic book character version, where he's like, I'm loyal to my people and I'll do what I have to do to protect them. But I love how disciplined and diplomatic he came off when he first met with everybody. That drew me in to his character. I'm like, okay, pretty boy with Aqua, reverse Aquaman shorts on. I want to know more about you. I want to see what's going on. Yeah, but they definitely, you can feel through the movie they were trying to carefully navigate the Atlantean issue. Like they never once said they were Atlanteans. They don't really try
to have to. They set it up so perfectly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I think what they were probably worried about is people comparing Namor to, what's that other shit series that everyone watches? Aquaman. There it is.
Aquaman.
But it's diverse enough to be set his own thing. I would not mind seeing a Namor focused movie or a web or a television series, web series. Just more content from him would be fantastic.
Namor is one of my favorite characters, so it was dope to see that. I just want to say it was dope to see that that was like definitely a home run. So okay.
Yeah, it was. If they put him in the costume from the comics, it would be a 1-to-1 translation. It was phenomenal. I'm not really a big fan of like Riri. I think she's cute, and I really like the way the actress handled the character in this one. She was really good for comic relief. But I don't really see what she brought to the movie at all, other than being a reason for them to.
She was a plot point.
But what kind of plot point? She just made a machine, and that machine was not used again.
So she was a plot point that they used for the movie, but it was also they also use it as an introduction of the character. But yeah, but I'm going to have the I probably have the same feedback on her, to be honest with you.
The before I pop up on this podcast, I was double checking my notes, and I realized why were there no Avengers at the funeral at all? Not even the White Panther.
Because that's expensive.
Disney can afford it.
Didn't you watch She-Hulk? I mean, come on, they got a budget.
Yeah. Oh, they're all of a sudden on a budget. Oh God. No,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, Kevin was like, "Please don't change in front of the camera."
It costs some money. Yeah. No, it's I'm very satisfied with it. I went with. My kids were with my ex-wife, so I was alone. So I needed a surrogate family. So I took my girlfriend and her kids, and a lot of how I felt about the movie was great. But seeing how they reacted was probably what boosted a letter grade for me, because the kids loved it. They were standing up. They were edge of the seats, and then when the fighting happened, they were standing up cheering. And I'm like, I may be out. I may be a little 11 and 7. But I'm like, I may be a little outside that age bracket to get that enthusiastic, but I'm seeing where Disney is going with this, you know. But
yeah.
What else? What other questions you got, Andre? Throw me a question. I'll see if I can answer it. Like, overall,
I mean, I want to get your summary. Like, I feel I'll start off with I would give it an A-, and what I enjoyed about it was the story flowed well, even with the hiccups. Like Riri, like the way I thought that was kind of she was a plot device, unfortunately, and an introduction. You could have taken that out of the movie and
lost nothing.
Yeah. I thought that the Queen Ramonda, Ramonda, I think that Angela Bassett. Get out of here, yo. She was killing it. Yo,
yeah,
I mean,
she put her heart and soul in that performance.
I enjoyed the first scene to the last scene, and I didn't like the mid-credit scene. The story was great. I thought it was challenging emotionally to kind of watch how they handled Chadwick, because it just felt too real. And I didn't really enjoy that part. And that's a personal thing.
I don't think you're supposed to enjoy that. I think that was supposed to be the final send off of a great man.
Yeah,
as a way of Disney immortalizing him.
I didn't like it.
I've had friends that send me messages saying that they cried in theater, so just be prepared for that. And I can see why.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's difficult. That was a curveball for me, because I just didn't really want to. I didn't want to experience that part of it. I thought they would be able to acknowledge it and not. Well, it's a double-edged sword. They did a good job of giving credit to him bringing that character to everybody's heart, but I just wasn't. I didn't want to feel that emotion in the movie.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was really real. Like it hit hard. You don't keep in mind, you don't see the character passing away or anything. Nothing cannibalistic like that. But in the moment that everyone's freaking out about him passing away, you feel very real emotions. And like I don't like somebody said, many times over, over online and all that stuff. We don't think that all of that's fake acting. Some of that felt like
I didn't
real.
I didn't want to say that, but that's kind of how it felt. It kind of felt like everybody in those scenes was really remembering their friend. So that was kind of challenging for me, like emotionally, to kind of manage. Namor, man, I Marvel does the best job casting the people that bring these characters to life, and it was a home run. His backstory, even though they modified it a little bit, it pulls at the heartstrings. It gives you the motivation of what's going on. I thought that was dope.
And I think it's an excellent show of Latino culture through a new medium we haven't seen.
Dude, it was. Yeah, it was a great.
You can cry if you want, Andre. We're here.
What I like, low key, one of the feelings I thought was, Marvel has given a presentation of Africa and a presentation of Latinos in a way that doesn't marginalize those cultures very, very well.
Don't you dare yawn, Chris. This is important. It's like, minority talk.
And the fight scenes were dope. Like, there were couples where I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, it's about to be dope. And it was like dope. So, I mean, it was a great movie. I'm coming to grips after going back and watching the high top essays. And I actually saw a high top essay on Wakanda Forever, and 100% spot on agree with everything that was said. And I will also just say that I understand what they're trying to do in two parts. One, introduce these characters to new people, and secondly, giving the fans what they want to see these people in live action. I think with Wakanda Forever, they hit it out of the box. And I actually like Wakanda Forever more than like the original Black Panther. It was just that good of a movie. So yeah, I give it an A-. I'll watch it again. The minus is just for some of the hiccups. There are some things that we probably could have skipped, and I'd be okay with that.
Would you say that the sequel made the first one worse?
Oh, no. No, I think it built on what the first one started very well. Was that Guardians of the Galaxy reference?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say the sequel made the first one relevant, basically. And the reason, you'll have to watch the movie to see why that's true. And it has to do with Shuri. So it cleaned up a lot of the gaps that the first one just sporadically left open, where you're questioning the motivation of the characters. But this Wakanda Forever kind of closes those and say, and challenges you to think of, well, why was that true the first time round? And how do we take these choices and measure and weigh the potential consequences for a future? So, and I think that, Ryan Coogler did a very good job of bringing that story to where it should be. Yeah. So, Chris, you haven't seen it. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, this is one that I've been fairly excited for. We talked about it a little bit right at the beginning, that I think the not so secret of who takes on the mantle of Black Panther in this film was a little disappointing. Like, if you're gonna play it as a secret, then keep it a secret. If you're not, then just kind of like come out and make it more obvious, I guess. But my guess is, I mean, and this is not just based off what you guys said, but just, the trailers and stuff overall, was it's like, that's not the point of the movie, right? The point of the movie is
Black Panther really wasn't the point of this until the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So I don't think that that's that big of a deal. I mean, like, I'm excited to see it. I would like to be able to see it in theaters. Like, I'm hoping that we can find a way to go do that.
Give me a
But
couple
yeah,
bucks and a
it's-
camera, and I'll sneak in and I'll record it live for you.
Dude, we went to the so there's a dine-in theater in Holly Springs. The first dine-in theater I went to was in California to see the Batman, and the servers would come, to and from the table, so you could order more stuff. Not so much in in Holly Springs. I was very disappointed, and I was like, I got one bathroom break for the movie, so there's like a couple minutes, walking to and from the restroom. But man, I'm not going to go and wait in line for food. It's like,
I'm telling you, man, you got to do Alamo Draft House next time. It's in
next
Raleigh.
time I will. I want to
They're
go.
fantastic.
It's legit.
I went with my wife, so it was 2.5 hours. I can't. The next one, hopefully, there's a blockbuster that I want to see in a theater, but I won't do that again. I won't. I just like at 2.5 hours is a commitment.
It is, and that's a long time to sit through without a bathroom break too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's face it, we're not getting
break,
younger, guys. Bathroom breaks are precious to us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like when I worked at the Galaxy Cinema in Cary, and we would show the Bollywood films, which were usually 3+ hours, sometimes 4. They'd have they'd like a full on intermission.
They should.
Yeah, and that's where I think like we're getting to that point with our standard
again,
blockbuster films. Yeah, where it's like we're gonna have to do like, all right, here's an hour and 15 minutes. All right, here's 15 minutes for you to go to the bathroom, get some more popcorn. Like, who wants to pay all that money and then miss a chunk of a movie because you had to pee?
Yeah,
like there are some movies I don't mind missing part of it,
That's
but then I'm
bring
usually
a
just
piss jug.
disappointed that I paid
Thor:
money
Love
to
and
go see
Thunder.
it. I did not miss any of that movie. I sat there the whole time. Was not going to miss those goats.
Oh, they are beautiful.
Yes, they are beautiful. They also scream quite a lot.
They'll be fine.
Oh gosh. No, I think that High Top did a very good review. I think all the reviews I've seen are pretty fair, to be honest with you. Even Screen Crush, and I think Joe and I are on the same page. There's some parts you could have left out of the film, and it'd still be a good film.
But then you fall back on that argument where, well, if it's already made, why don't you just go and keep it in the film if it doesn't hurt the film? That way you get more bang for your buck, kind of thing. I don't know.
I think at the same time, like you do enough of that stuff, and then you start to. I mean, can you imagine if they would have kept everything that they made for Thor: Love and Thunder in that movie?
Oh God!
Just based on some of the stuff that Taika Waititi has talked about
of the Deadpool 2 extended cut. There's a lot of just improv rambling that got old for me, and it doesn't age. The movies don't age well. The story does, it's not the jokes. And
right.
But I will say this: coming off of Love and Thunder, and a lot of people were worried that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was going a little too campy, a little too fourth wall breaky. This one was refreshing. Like the humor was like we used to have it, where it was just in the moment, natural, but they didn't focus on it. They moved on to something else. And I think one of the funniest scenes for me was when they went to the university to find Riri. That whole adventure was just, I was giggling the whole time. I couldn't help it.
When Riri said, he came out here with your ashy head.
Don't say that. Chris got a net. Oh, it's too late now.
He won't even get the
that was
reference.
perfect.
But it killed me.
I love the level. She looked personally insulted. Like the actress, I don't even think they probably told her about that. I think she just said it. That was perfect.
She said your head's ashy. Yo, it was hilarious. It was like the funniest thing forever. No, it was a great movie, and like I don't know, man. I think that the one thing I didn't like, the mid credit scene, I wasn't feeling it. I couldn't. I wanted to
refresh that for me. I'm trying to remember which one was that.
All right, hold on. Go ahead.
when the sun is introduced.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
I understand the emotional symbolism there, but it wasn't really needed.
Yeah, we could have scrapped that one.
Yeah.
So,
So not knowing what it was, obviously, since I took my headphones off and haven't seen the movie, I do feel like the mid and post credit scenes are getting significantly less awesome.
they should be.
He's
talking
they
about
should
less
be less
relevant.
awesome.
Yeah, I think they should probably focus on wrapping up the story and not trying to have that
Add
carryover
cliffhangers.
effect. Yeah, I don't need that in the end.
I
It's
think
just
you
like
want-
I said before. I don't want too much comedy in my superhero movie. I don't. Marvel doesn't have. They're not building their universe anymore. So when I see they're not at a point where they're like trying to get people excited for the next movie. So I think they could probably like have movies, not every movie possibly, without a mid-credit scene. Like example, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Not excited to see it.
Really?
There's really nothing
Not
about
even for
that movie
King?
makes no. I'll be honest, the Avengers have never been like one of my favorite comics. Individual characters from the Avengers I enjoy. I've never enjoyed the Avengers themselves. I've never enjoyed Kang.
I would agree
I've
on the
never
same
enjo-
experience, except up to Avengers Disassembled, when they all pretty much get killed off, and everything
Right.
That's when everything started to spark interest for me, because I'm like, oh, it's not just team up of the week; it's a real story happening right now. So,
Right.
but as for like the end credit scene, mid credit scene, yeah, we're post Thanos. They don't really feel like they're necessary anymore, because that was the whole thing about it. It was connecting. It was in essence the first connective universe for cinema. So it would make sense why you had it to connect it to other things in other movies. Now we're in the stage where we don't really need that anymore, because there's already been enough world building. If anything, we need the world we have now to be fleshed out a little more.
Right. And I think, and having good stories. I mean, there's a lot of good like stories in the comics. And I think they rode the edge with Wakanda Forever. So I was really pleased with that. They didn't ride the edge with Thor: Love and Thunder. That's my criticism. It's like you take one of the best characters in the Marvel universe and you just minimize them to like stupid jokes.
Slapstick.
Did you not like Thor: Love and Thunder?
You guys want my grade?
Yeah, grade the movie you haven't seen based on trailers and the fact that you hate the director whose name you can't pronounce.
I will grade it. My grade is it'll actually be a C-. This is why.
That's better.
I love the fact that you are reviewing a movie you have not seen based on your prejudice against the director.
Looking back on it. And just to be fair, we're not a review show. We don't sit around and like overanalyze these things. I actually saw something that was hilarious. It was a cracked video talking about Easter eggs and how, like, I am not that guy. I don't sit. I want to watch and enjoy. I want to escape into the story. I don't want to do homework while I'm watching a movie. So
yeah, I mean, like I definitely agree with that. Like I enjoy little nods here and there, but it's one of those where I almost appreciate them more when I don't notice them until like the third or fourth watch through.
Right.
Like
that way it's like a little reward to yourself. Like, oh yeah, I'm diligent. I found something that wasn't noticed. That kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Where I'm like, I can't believe I didn't notice that the first few times.
So this segues into a perfect one of the issues I had with the movie. And Chris, you might want to take your headset off for this one. So Andre, the scene where what was it, Wakoye? I can't say it probably. When she got pretty much exiled, and she was about to be completely demoted and all that. when one of the councilmen yelled out, "She's loyal. She held a spear to her own husband." That for me, that came out of left field because I'm like, well, we know nothing about this lady's backstory, and you just
Yeah, we do.
What
It was in the first movie.
That she put a spear to her husband?
Yeah.
What happened? Tell me more. I need to know.
Her husband, like, he wasn't in this this film. Actually, I think he was filming Nope or something. Or yeah, I think he was filming Nope.
No, the character, not the actress.
Yes, that's.
The dude with the cape, the one that betrayed everybody. Oh my God, they were married.
Jesus Christ!
I never even pieced it together. There was no chemistry between the two. There was no chemistry. Wow, that's forgettable as hell. If I forgot, tons of people had to forget.
That's fair.
Holy hell.
Okay, Chris, you're good. Andre's over here dropping knowledge bombs.
Right? I just been learned a little bit. I'm impressed.
So I know, Joe, you gave your letter grade of an A-. Andre, I assume you stand by your letter grade that you gave in our group chat, which was also an A-.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Based
understand
on the trailer alone,
gave it away.
I'll give it an A-.
Wow. Okay, I see you. So understand, for me, an A is I'll watch it again, and the minus is just for the flaws.
Yeah.
A B is I'll watch it on TBS if it's going to be like up at 2:00 in the morning. A C is I'm intentionally going to watch it because somebody said something and I just want to see it for myself. Anything below a C, God bless you. God bless you.
What did you give Thor: Love and Thunder? Do you remember?
That's definitely a C.
A C.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we told you that you had to watch it.
Yeah, I would never on purpose watch that movie.
You just really wanted to see the screaming goats.
I did not. Yeah. I saw them in the trailer.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. In case you ignored my previous instructions, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Oh, and don't forget to tickle that little like button. And if you have something to say, you can drop it in a comment down below. See you on the next one.